What is the energetic or the soul's perspective of schizophrenia, which is a greatly misunderstood condition just like autism, bipolar, and attention deficit disorders described in my other videos? The word schizophrenia means a splitting of the mind. It is thought to be a brain disease affected by many factors, but no two people are exactly the same. People with schizophrenia seem like they have lost touch with reality. They may have hallucinations because they hear, see, smell, or feel things that no one else around them perceives. They may have delusions or unusual thoughts like being persecuted or mind-controlled or talking with aliens or angels. It is a serious mental illness that usually requires lifelong treatment with medication, therapy, and various support systems. What is the spiritual basis of schizophrenia? Guy Needler is the first person to shed light on schizophrenia from the soul's perspective. He said it can result from being very open to having an increased bandwidth of perception. This allows the person to pick up all sorts of communications on telepathic levels. It's a bit like having virtual reality goggles built into your head and wearing them all day, every day. You may be physically present in one reality with some people, but for a short period of time, your consciousness is split away from your body and focused on another reality. So it looks like you're out of touch with your current reality. You may appear lifeless, apathetic, or silent, but actually you're in the other reality that the people around you can't perceive or interact with. Most of us would find it very hard to operate this way because we can only handle one reality at a time. Our mind has all kinds of filters and barriers to block out these other realities, to limit us to just one reality. But those with schizophrenia are open to perceiving some other realities. The problem is they don't have conscious control over that level of connectivity or the reality shifting process. So it can be both overwhelming and intoxicating or exciting at the same time. So what kind of realities do they access? There are 3 different situations to consider. First, the person may be seeing their parallel selves operating in parallel realities. This is not science fiction, it's absolutely real. Every time we come to a fork in the road, we have to choose to go one way or another way or yet another way. If we desire to experience more than one option, we create parallel incarnate selves to explore all those possibilities, not just one path. That means we can have hundreds or more parallel selves existing at many points at the same time. They are as real as the you here is. In schizophrenia, the mind doesn't filter out these parallels, so you may say and do one thing in one environment and then come back to another reality where you get confused about what you just did or said in the other reality. Of course, the people around you notice this and start wondering what's going on. In the second situation, the person may see or hear what their true soulmates are doing. They all come from the same higher self, which can send up to 12 souls at the same time to explore many locations at many levels in this universe. These soulmates may be human in form or have various alien or purely energetic forms that look like an orb or an angel, because to us, everything at a higher frequency looks like a bright, shiny beam. All these entities are just as real as the you here is. This is why schizophrenics may see aliens or hear angels talking to them. That's their translation of what they're experiencing. In the third situation, the person may have 2 or more souls sharing the same body. This is one type of walk-in. The souls make an agreement before incarnation to work together in the same body. This is not uncommon. It happens in bipolar disorder where 2 souls share the same body. It also happens in multiple personality disorder where up to 7 souls may occupy the same body. They may take turns in being the dominant or passive soul at times. They may come in for a while, then leave, and another soul may take their place. There's all kinds of variations that are possible in these cases, and every case is different. It's no wonder people can get confused by these different realities and entities they may see and hear. To study this, scientists at Yale University compared a group of psychotic patients with a group of clairaudient psychics. Both groups heard voices on a daily basis, but the psychics could turn them on and off at will, whereas the psychotic group couldn't. The clairaudient psychics also interpreted the voices as coming from a divine or spiritual source and saw them as protective rather than bothersome or malevolent like the psychotic group did. Studies like this may give us some clues about how to deal with hallucinations. Some cases may be helped by a highly trained psychospiritual healer. who can log into the person and access what they're seeing, hearing, or feeling. The healer can do several things to help the person understand what's going on and reprogram their thought processes about it. For example, if somebody is disoriented because they're perceiving 3 parallel selves living in 3 different realities, the healer can work with all 3 versions of the person and shut things down in various ways in different realities so that the person can anchor himself to just one reality. The second example is if a person has 3 souls rotating in and out of the same body and they're all trying to play a controlling role, the healer can talk to all 3 souls at the same time and explain that the body can't cope with them as is. The healer can assign one soul the primary role so that the other 2 souls become passive observers from there on, and then the incarnation can be successful. As we evolve, we want to have a gradual ascension in frequency rather than going too fast or too high by abusing drugs or alcohol, which eject the soul out of the body in a mechanical way. When we do things slowly, we can adapt and adjust to the increased bandwidth that we start to perceive at higher levels. We learn to handle it. Who are the schizophrenics among us? There are many famous people, from actors to artists, musicians, athletes, and mathematicians who have been diagnosed with this condition. It may give them something extra for creative activities like music, new ideas, or theories that help us all evolve. Why are they here? They are here to teach us about another way of being human, a human with more connectivity to the greater reality, like John Nash, who is the only person that was awarded the Nobel Prize in Economics and the Abel Prize in Mathematics. His life story was depicted in the movie A Beautiful Mind. John Nash came here to teach us about schizophrenia and to give his unique insights into decision-making inside complex systems, because he faced that in his inner and outer world every day. We are grateful for his brilliant mind, of which he said, "Perhaps it's good to have a beautiful mind, but an even greater gift is to discover a beautiful heart." I want to acknowledge Guy Needler for giving us a new understanding of this condition. For more information, please go to my website at bigpicturequestions.com or read my books, which have a lot more information about who we are, why we're here, and what happens to us in the afterlife.